And here are the salt of the earth workers that are now working for me. So they are working hard to, earn me some dividends. All right, we are back in the portfolio, and you can see that we are ticking along. We are up to $1,679. Got a little bit of a jump over here, and that's all down to the fact that I've invested in a new company. So if we scooch down here, you can see that I've added Fleetwood Limited to the portfolio. So now I've got Pepper Money, National Australia Bank, and Fleetwood Limited. So Pepper Money and National Australia Bank, as you might have seen in the last video, doing pretty well on capital gains, and we're expecting some dividends to start flowing in from Pepper Money and National Australia Bank pretty soon. But Fleetwood are the third company that I've added to the portfolio, diversifying a little bit away from finance. You can see that we've got a little bit of a boost. We're heading towards $2,000, still waiting for our first dividends to flow in. So who are Fleetwood? As distinct from Fleetwood Mac, as I keep calling them. Fleetwood Limited. So the things I'm looking for in a company are pretty basic at this point, because I don't have a great deal of knowledge in how to pick exactly the right stock, but I'm doing my best here. So you can see that we've got Fleetwood Limited, which is an Australian company, and it's a company that's been around for quite a while. This is 10-year data, but what I'm looking for is healthy, at least level over the last year, and possibly a little bit healthy. At least a company worth $100 million. We've got $248 million market cap, which is great. The key things I'm looking for over here are 100% franking credits. Ding, ding, ding. That's what we want to see. That's a bit of an Australian thing. It's to do with getting a bit of a tax break on your dividend yield. This pretty juicy number up here, so 9.47% dividend yield, so almost too good to be true. I actually considered putting a little bit more money into Fleetwood, because, and I might in the future. This is pretty high. Like, it's unusual to see something up above the 5 or 6% mark for the dividend yield, so pretty happy with that. But what is Fleetwood? So Fleetwood is one of those, I would call it a bit of an invisible company. So I've been living in Australia my whole life. I've never heard of Fleetwood until I started doing some research into companies that pay good dividends. And basically, it is a company that builds things. So they have 3 things that they build. So this is Fleetwood Australia. And it's one of those invisible companies. It's not flashy. They're just going about their business, getting things done. It's not like an Amazon or a Tesla or something like that that's in the headlines. It's just a quiet company that goes about their business. So Fleetwood Australia, and what they do is they build stuff. So they build buildings, they build little communities here, and RVs and caravans, which is pretty cool. So let's have a bit of a closer look at their history. So a few fast facts about Fleetwood. Established in 1964, so they've been around a while. It's important. A pretty big national workforce, and they were listed in 1987 on the ASX. So they've been on the ASX for quite a long time. Pretty resilient company. And here are the salt of the earth workers that are now working for me. So they are working hard to, earn me some dividends. There we are on the building site. And what are we building here? So one of the things that we're building is caravans. Here's the happy campers. So obviously, it's a company that are helping people live their best life. Cheers. The guy's got the guitar there. He's going to, play a bit of Kumbaya a bit later on. And this is a mining community, I believe they've built. So it's one of those companies that, as they say, during a gold rush, you should sell shovels. And this is essentially what they're doing. So in Australia, there's a lot of mining. And a lot of fly-in, fly-out miners, and those people have to live somewhere, so they establish these little settlements where the fly-in, fly-out miners can stay while they're working in the mine. So this is the modern-day equivalent of selling shovels, and the other thing they do is they build buildings. So they build kind of modular constructions for education, housing, and defence. So that is Fleetwood Australia. So that is the third company that I have added to the portfolio, an invisible company. Hopefully I'll be able to reap a pretty juicy dividend from those guys. So that's where we are at the moment, 1679 and climbing. So up we go. All right, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.